If you're watching this, you've probably found out about the true end game in Final Fantasy XIV, Glamours. Or if you're not aware, the Glamour system in 14 is the process of transforming one item into another, cosmetically. Other games have similar systems, the transmogrification in World of Warcraft or Diablo, layered armor in Monster Hunter World, and so on and so forth. The stats will remain the same, but it allows you to take one item that might be the best in slot but looks ugly and turn it into something more to your liking. It can also be a way to express your creativity or cosplay a character you like. You can make a pretty good Jetstream Sam in 14, for example. But how does one glamour? I'll talk you through that and then use this video as an excuse to show off some of my glamours and likewise ask you to show yours. Got one you're proud of? Take a screenshot and post a link to it in the comments. First things first though, Glamouring. How do? Glamours unlocked at level 15 in Vesper Bay, Western Thanalan, from the quest If I Had a Glamour. No more waiting around until level 50 like in the old days. Next up you'll need Glamour Prisms. These can be obtained from your Grand Company for seals, or from the PvP vendor for wolf marks, or you can craft them or buy them from other players on the market board. There's two ways to use Glamour Prisms. First up, you can use it to transform the item straight in your inventory, but the much better way, in my opinion, is to use the Glamour Dresser, a newer addition to the game that streamlines the whole process significantly. These Glamour Dressers can be found in any inn or squadron headquarters, in the same place as your armoire, which is the chest used to store certain things such as artifact gear and event items. Put the item that you like the appearance of into the Glamour Dresser. Keep in mind you'll no longer be able to equip it, as you know it's not going to be in your inventory, and it costs 1 Glamour Prism for each item that you store in the dresser, and you can store 400 items in there at time of writing. Once you've done that, you can create Glamour Plates in the dresser. Think of these as loadouts. You create a whole outfit in the plate, then you apply it to your current gear without expending further prisms. So anytime you're in a city, you can bring up that interface from your character screen and apply a plate to your current equipment, transforming all of it into the corresponding items in that plate. Currently, you have 15 available plates to work with. This can be a good way to have different appearances on classes that use the same gear. For example, let's say you have a Paladin and a Dark Knight. They're both max level, they're both using the same tanking gear, but you don't want them to look the same. You can use plates to get around this. You can even macro it in. Let's say Paladin is gear set 1. You can create a macro that is / gear set change 1, then a space, 2. This will change you to gear set 1, your Paladin, and Glamour Plate 2, which in this instance would hopefully be the one you made for your Paladin. But keep in mind, whilst you can change gear set in most locations, Glamour Plates need to be in cities. So there might be an instance where you hit your macro to swap to Paladin, it will transform you into your Paladin, but your gear might not glamour if you're, out in the middle of a field. Likewise, remember that you can also use items in your armoire as well as your Glamour Dresser when creating Glamour Plates. In addition, you can't glamour your gear into higher level gear. In example, you are level 20, you want to glamour your hat into a level 50 hat. You need to be level 50 before you can do that. The Glamour Dresser looks a little confusing at first, but mess around with it for a few minutes and you'll see it's a nice system that's fairly intuitive. You can use your dyes with it too. It will only consume a dye when you create the plate. So you won't have to use dyes every time you apply that plate to your gear. It effectively means there's two ways to dye with the plates. You can dye an item, then put it in your Glamour Dresser and it will always be that colour, or you can dye it when creating a plate. So you could have an undyed cloak in your Glamour Dresser, you could apply it to 5 different plates and have a different colour on each. Got all that? Then show me. Post some of your glamours in the comments. Till next time, thank you for watching and take care. Ciao.